I think that's the question that's on the lips of everyone. The question is still why, and nobody seems to be able to provide the answer, because these are just basic, common sense thinking. All right. The closure of the Strait of Hormuz, which of course contribute 20% of the world global oil export and routes itself, is not something that should be affecting Nigeria as it might, because we are Atlantic exporters. So all of our exportation goes through the Atlantic, and of course we are not part of the Gulf exporters. So invariably we put our benchmark for crude during the budget at $64.85, and currently, as at this morning, I think the crude oil is selling in the international market for $99. So again, we have about almost $50 to our advantage. So invariably, the question still remains: why are we talking about the fact that this Iran tension and Iran-US Israel tension is affecting us? I don't seem to understand the mathematics behind that, considering the fact that we are producing oil right here in Nigeria and we are exporting not through the Gulf Stream. So invariably, why should we be affected by that? So I think people are just possibly taking advantage of the tension to really create artificial scarcity, or to really get the increased price to their own personal advantage. That's my own honest opinion, and I could be wrong, but at least looking at the indices on ground itself, it doesn't justify for anything in any case. As of today, we are expected to be producing 1.7 barrel per day, but we are only producing 1.2, 1.4. Invariably, we are not even hit our quota. So invariably, we are not even we are short producing what's available. Yes, we can argue the fact that some of our barrel that is being produced has been used or to service loan, but nevertheless, we are still not meeting our quota that is expected, and we have up to about 2 million barrel per day quota from OPEC. So invariably, we are not really affected by any of this itself, because we are not even short producing what is expected, and the oil is still available, the crude is still available. All right. So I feel to a large extent, it's just, if I would use the word systemic failure or policies, that we tend to use every situation on ground as an advantage to really justify why we've not been able to do the basics that's expected of us. So for me, there's nothing to justify why we should be buying for higher than what it is currently.